All right, welcome back to, I believe, part 3 of our math tools. I don't know if it's 3 or 4, but we'll make sure that we take a look at the title of that video and you'll know which number we're on. This is called the graphs and data section of the math toolbar. This has some neat tools on it if you're interested. First is one called the tally marks. And basically, if I'm tallying up any items, I just hit the plus sign. And then if I want to carry it over to here, I just hit the question mark. And you can see it carries the tallies and writes the numeral. Or just like I could in some of those other ones, I can throw it out to the students' Chromebooks and let them count and answer for me. The next tool and the one on the bottom left I'm going to show you at the same time. They're a little bit complicated. Personally, if I'm going to create a graph, I'm going to use Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. But these two tools allow me to create a graph within MyndShare. You can see here that you have vertical and horizontal line graphs. You have 3D and 2D pie charts. And then you have some other options. You name your X and your Y axes, and then you put in your items. I can hit the plus sign if I have additional items that I want to graph. And then I hit Generate Graph, and it will create that graph for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't use it. It's just I find Google Sheets and Excel spreadsheet type programs a little bit easier. But this is available to you. And the reason I'm saying that I'm going to present that in conjunction with the other one is because the one on the bottom left pretty much does the same thing in the sense of creating graphs for you. But if I know that I want a graph that, let's say, is 3 by 3, I can actually click 3 by 3, and then I just tap on it, and then it will automatically create, well, I guess I must have just done 2 by 2. It'll create the A columns for me, and then 2 rows on the side, where then I can just put in my data, and I can create either the line graph or the pie chart, etc. So both of those are good for creating charts if you want to use MyndShare to do that for you. So we took a look at the tally marks. We took a look at creating charts. This one is a probability spinner. If I'm working on data probability data analysis, I have the option of 3 pieces in this spinner. I have the option of 6 and so forth. Let's stick with the 3. If I click the spin button, it stops on purple. Just out of curiosity, I can hit Add to Sequence. And it says the odds of repeating this sequence again are, now if I hit the question mark, I'm hoping that it says 1/3 because I have a 1 in 3. Well, actually, I don't have a 1 in 3, do I? Because I have 2 purple ones here. I don't know. Let's see what it says. Yep, it says 2/3, 2/3, because I have a 2 out of 3 chance of getting purple again. I can go ahead and hit spin again, and I get the yellow. If I add that to the sequence, now I can see that the odds of getting that sequence again, a purple followed by a yellow, is 2/9. So this is really a useful tool if I want to start predicting and using math to decide what probabilities of different sequences are using spinners. After I have the spinner, I also have an option for dice. Here I can either roll the dice without the dice cup, or I can put the dice, you have to catch it, you got to be quick, and I can drop it in the cup. I can use as many dice as I want, and then what I can do is if I click on the cup, it spins the dice, and I can sit and waste time and just wait until they stop spinning, or if I click on the dice, they'll stop for me, and I can use this for probability as well for students, or if I'm using it for any other game that I want, I have an option for dice. So those are the graphs and data options on this toolbar. You've got the tally marks, you've got the 2 ways of creating your own graph, you have the dice, and you have a probability spinner.